The other women at the well, her life was full of pain, hurt, rejection, her loneliness she didn't want to show. But Jesus saw the desert in her soul. Drink from this water, drink from
out of water. Here I go again. My journey to the well. Alone. While all the other women walk together and join each other's fellowship, I walk alone. By myself again. But it's okay. I choose to walk alone. Why would I want to walk with women who shun me and stare at me and laugh at me and talk about me behind my back? Look at her. She's an outcast. Look at her, little foreigner. Huh. They don't even know my name. See, in biblical times, women would come to the well to draw water early in the morning and some late in the evening. But I come to draw water at midday, at noon, so I don't have to deal with their stares. What? Do you think I like coming out here at this time of day? Well, I don't, because it's hot. But I'm thirsty. I need water for my household. You know, I really wish those women wouldn't be so quick to judge me, because they really don't know my story. I'd like to tell my story. Will you listen? I have had 5 husbands. Yes, that's right, 5. Now wait, just 1 minute. I know what you're thinking. Don't you too be so quick to judge me, like everybody else in this town. See, in biblical times, women were considered the minority. Husbands can just write a certificate of divorce and then send them away for any reason, according to the law. Now let's see. The list says, a woman who commits adultery, a woman who lets a dish of food spoil, burning food or over seasoning, a woman who violates the law of Moses by causing her husband to eat food which had not been tithed, a woman who vows but does not keep her vows, a woman who goes out on the street with her hair loose, a woman who spins in the street and flirts with any man, a noisy woman who speaks in her own house so loud that the neighbors may hear her. Oh, some of the rabbis boldly taught that a man had a perfect right to dismiss his wife if he found another woman whom he liked better or who was more beautiful. Now wait, there's more. Let's see what the Torah says. The Pentateuch. Let's see here. Deuteronomy 24, 1-4. It says, if a man marries a woman who becomes displeasing to him because he finds something indecent about her, and he writes her a certificate of divorce, gives it to her, and sends her from his house, And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her and write a bill of divorcement, and giveth it in her hand, and sendeth her out of his house, or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife after she has been defiled. So it goes on and on and on. Rejected. Over and over and over and over and over again. So the reason why I had 5 husbands could have been for any of those reasons. Not because I was just going after man, no. Well, I have to admit, I do like having a man around, don't you? And now I am currently living with a 6th man. Well, why would I want to get married again? After all the rejection I have been through? No, not anymore. Although I have to admit, there's a part of me that still longs and yearns to be married again. Oh, to have a man to hold me all night long and love me for me. Doesn't matter. If I did want to get married again, who would marry me now that I have been defiled? That was then. This is now. My life has changed. One day, I was going to the well, as usual, to draw water. Had my rope and everything. And there was this man sitting by the well, near the plot of ground that Jacob gave to his sons Joseph. It was in Sychar, a town in Samaria. Like a man. So I just kept drawing water and get my water together here. And then he spoke to me. He said, "Will you give me a drink?" Surprised he's talking to me. I'm a Samaritan woman. And I looked closely and I noticed the colors of blue in his robe and the tassel and the way that he spoke. So I knew he had to be a Jew. So I asked him, I said, "You are a Jew, and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink?" For Jews had no dealings with Samaritans. And then he said, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks of you to give you a drink, you would have asked of him, and he would have given you living water." So I was thinking, what? There's something different about this man. What in the world? He said living water. Then I noticed he didn't have anything with him, so I said, "Sir, the well is deep. Where can you get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us this well and drank from it himself, he and his sons and his livestock?" And then he said, whoever drinks of this water shall thirst again. But whoever drinks of the water that I give him shall never thirst. For the water that I give him will become in him a spring of water welling up into eternal life. I said, sir, give me this water so I don't have to keep coming out here to draw water. And then he said, go, call your husband and come back. I didn't understand why he asked me that. It's my personal business. It's a shameful place for me. My husband. Well, I'll just tell him the truth. That's what I was thinking. So I said, I have no husband. And then he said, you are right. You do not have a husband. The fact is, you have had 5 husbands, and the one you are living with is not your husband. What you have said is quite true. How did he know this about me? He must be a prophet. So I decided to shift the focus off of me and onto worship. So I said to him, sir, I perceive you are a prophet. You know, our fathers worshiped in this mountain, but you Jews say that Jerusalem is a place one should worship. And then he said, woman, you Samaritans worship what you do not know. We Jews worship what we do know, for salvation is from the Jews. The time is coming, and now has come, where the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh those to worship him in spirit and in truth. For God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. And then I said, okay, yeah, I know the Messiah is coming, who's called Christ. And when he comes, he will tell us everything. And then what he said was so profound. He said, I, the one that is speaking to you, am he. I can't wait for first a Jew talking to a Samaritan and a man talking to a woman in public. And now he says this man is a Messiah? The Messiah? Oh, the Messiah talking to me? I had to go tell everybody. I said, come see a man who told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Christ? And many Samaritans came because of my testimony. They came from all over and they came to see him. And once they saw him, they said, we no longer believe because of what you said, but we have seen him for ourselves. Could this be the Christ? And indeed, it was. It was Jesus Christ, the seventh man, the Messiah. I took a drink of his living water, and he changed my life. I no longer needed the water that I thought I needed, and that's why I left my water bucket. He quenched my thirst. He changed my name. Some call me the first apostle. Others call me the evangelist. But he calls me friend. Jesus Christ. He changed my life. The Messiah. And this is how my story ends. I've taken a drink of this living water. Have you taken a drink of this living water? Put down your water and come